Right, what up YouTube? Got a tutorial for today on how to paint the backgrounds that I did on that skateboard. A couple of you were asking, so thought I'd show you how it's done. So first things first, I'll tell you what you need. You're going to need spray paint, obviously. Try and use a variety of colours, it makes it more interesting. You're going to need washing up liquid, washing up soap. You can get however cheap you can find it. And obviously you're going to need what you're going to paint, so it could be CDs. I'm going to use a canvas for the tutorial, but you can pretty much use whatever you want as long as it's waterproof. That's kind of the main thing. And then protection, gloves, gas mask, whatever you usually wear when you're spray painting really. Right, let's get into it. So first, obviously you're going to want to lay down your canvas. I'm using a board to kind of protect the floor, but whatever you use, just whatever your usual spray paint setup really is. But first thing you want to go into do, no, I don't know what I'm saying. First thing you want to do is make a base layer. This is going to be the colour that kind of the strings on the canvas are going to be. This is going to be the bit that's covered up by the fairy liquid. So yeah, once you've done that, nice and simple, let it dry. Once it's dry, you can then apply the fairy liquid, washing up liquid, whatever. So you kind of just want to do this with it, wheel it around. Don't want to cover up too much, otherwise it looks a bit weird. But yeah, you want to try and get strings, I call it, all over it. And then as soon as you've done that, you can then apply the next layer of paint. This will be the paint that you see as your main colour. So yeah, what you want to do is you can make this as interesting as possible. I'll show you at the end some different backgrounds that I've done, but yeah, you can make this as simple or as different as you want. I think I had two colours, just a light and a dark green, just to kind of contrast with the purple. But yeah, like I said earlier, try and mix around with the colours, makes it look more interesting when you do that. You will start to see some like bubbles appearing on the where the fairy liquid is, but don't worry about that, that is normal. Also try and do this on as flat as a surface as possible. I've done it before and I've kind of propped up the canvas and the fairy liquid's dribbled down. Not a nice effect, it doesn't really work. So make sure you're on as flat a surface as possible, which isn't what you're supposed to use when using spray paints, but it works fine for this. Also, whilst I've got the chance, this tutorial I've found on the internet. It's not I haven't made up this technique. I've watched a video of someone else doing it and thought that was interesting, so I'd have a go. So yeah, this is what you want to do next. You want to take it to a sink, somewhere with water, and you get, once the paint is dried obviously, and you want to, sorry my head's in the way there, but you're gonna want to just try and scrape off as much of the paint as possible. Don't worry too much about it at this point. I'll probably try and show you later, but it's actually easier to just scrape it off once it's dry. But yeah, you can do either. Once the fairy liquid's dry, it kind of just all disappears and you're just left with the paint. But yeah, this is the way that I get most of it off, and then I can go in with once it's dry and scrape it off later. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. I should bring up another little video now of me showing different ones that I've done and different techniques you can use on different things. So yeah, thanks for watching the tutorial. I'll speak to you in a minute.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching our tutorial. Hope you liked it. Hit the camera started the video. See this effect that I do, like the line, quite similar. But yeah, what I was saying before is spray can. This didn't turn out well as the others. Yeah. That's all the help you can get. So hope you like the video. Comment, rate, subscribe if you want to see another tutorial. I kind of enjoyed doing this, so yeah, just comment below what you'd like to see and I'll try and get around to it. Right,